My SONOR story starts in 1977 when I bought my very first SONOR drum set. Before that, I had been listening to Jack DeJohnette, and I knew he played SONOR drums at the time. Bernard Purdie played SONOR drums, and I loved his playing on records, especially like King Curtis and Aretha Franklin, and I knew he had a SONOR drum set with an 18-inch bass drum, and he sounded fantastic. I got an audition with Jean-Luc Ponty in 1976, got a gig with him, went on tour with Jean-Luc Ponty in October 76. And I had a very small kit, like a jazz kit. And once I was on tour with Jean-Luc, about halfway through the tour, he said, "Could you buy a big double bass, drum set?" Because he wanted that sound and he wanted that look on stage. So when I got home, I went to my local drum dealer in the Boston area. "Do you have a double bass kit?" And they only had one big double bass kit, and it was orange. So I bought it. And eventually in '79, I came right here to the SONOR factory. I was on tour of Europe with Journey, and Oliver Link came to a concert, and then he brought me here to the factory, and I met Forrest Link. It was pretty loose, but I think in those days, then I became an endorser, somewhere around then. So we used 1977. What made me want to play SONOR drums was the sound, the quality, the tone, and the big sound, and also the quality of the hardware. So when I played the drums, they felt kind of massive and didn't go anywhere. And because eventually I've tried other drum sets and other hardware, and it never quite feels as solid. Yeah, the 20-inch bass drum to me is, in a way, kind of a compromise between an 18 and a 22. And I do like playing a 22-inch bass drum, especially if I'm playing, in a more rock kind of setting. As soon as I start playing straight ahead jazz, maybe with an acoustic bass player, it feels too heavy. And the opposite is like when I play with an 18-inch, which I love playing with an 18-inch bass drum. But if I then want to play with an electric bass and dig in to a deep groove, it's nice, but it misses something. So the 20 is right in between, and I can get both the straight ahead and feathering the bass drum, or I can play rock, R&B, jazz rock fusion with the 20. But I also have it set up, like you can see, there's no hole in the bass drum, and the muffling is only the felt strip on the front head and the batter head. So the note has some sustain to it, which is really nice for the straight ahead. And if you play it with the beater off the bass drum for the rock, you can get a big rock kind of sound out of it as well. What inspires me now is to just stay active and to be able to go on tour and play music with great musicians. And just the act of playing music is really one of the things that I get up in the morning for. I mean, one of the things that I'm experiencing as I'm aging is it takes more work to maintain, a level of performance. At this point I'm 69 years old, and it becomes a little harder to play some of the things that I played when I was 40 years old. So it takes me a lot of work in the practice room, which I do and I enjoy doing, but to maintain a level that I want to maintain takes a little more work now than it used to maintain. So I'm just trying to keep the chops up, go out, play some gigs, and enjoy music and enjoy making music with other musicians and then sharing it with the listening public. this is Steve Smith. Thanks for calling Sonar. I'll play a little solo for you while you stay on the line.